Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's Epic here and welcome back to a new video on the channel where today we're talking about Wonderlands again. Yes, the trailer came out last night and no, I'm still not over it. I don't think I'm going to be over it for like 2 weeks and I guess that's a good thing because today we're going to talk about something which I don't think anybody else has been talking about yet and I want to discuss it in this video. Bear in mind this is not confirmed whatsoever and it could just be down to maybe a weird kind of wording or something of the sort. But I want to talk about it with you guys because that's what we do here. We get on here and we talk to each other and I like that a lot. So let's get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about the theory that Wonderlands will not be releasing any major campaign DLCs. Before we get into the main theory as to why I believe this is the case, I want to go through some things that you might not already know about Wonderlands, and that's what's included in the special editions, because that's going to kind of lead into what we're talking about. So coming straight from the source here, this is off of the Wonderlands FAQ page, which I'll have linked in the description down below. And this is where we're going to be talking about the main subject of this video, because it shows us what's in all of these editions and also tells us what's in the season pass. There are 3 editions of Wonderlands. There is Wonderlands, Wonderlands the Next Level Edition, and Wonderlands the Chaotic Great Edition, and then also the collectible pack with the Butt Stallion plush and all of that stuff. But for those of you who have not seen what's included in these special editions, let's take a look at what's in them right now. So apart from the standard version of Wonderlands, which is of course just going to be the default retail copy, there is of course the Wonderlands Next Level Edition. And included in the Wonderlands Next Level Edition is the full game, but this is optimized for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Now, while I am sure that the default version of the game is going to run just fine on these consoles, I do believe that this version is going to be a more optimized version and a more HD looking version, I guess you could say. It doesn't really make sense for them to list it here otherwise. I don't know too much about this, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see what this means closer to launch. We still have a long way to go. If you know anything more about this, please let me know in the comment section down below because it is rather confusing. But furthermore, included in this pack is also the Dragon Lord bonus content pack, and in this pack you'll get a legendary weapon called the Apex, a legendary spell called the Skull Anteater, and I believe we saw this in the trailer. I'm going to put a clip on screen of what I believe is the Skull Anteater. Of course, I could be wrong. They usually don't show this sort of stuff in the trailer, so this probably isn't it. The Tyrant Attire Armor preset, you get 5 of those items. So I believe that's going to be like your head, your arms, your body, because we do know that Wonderlands is going to have a fully fledged character customization feature, I guess you could say. The Villain's Visage face preset, this will include 2 items. I'm guessing it'll be one for male and one for female. The Death's Head makeup pack, that's going to be 3 items in there, so I guess again 3 makeup presets. And the Emperor of the Dead banner set, 3 items included. There's also the Quartz hero statue material. Now you're probably wondering, what does it mean by banner set and hero statue set? And directly from the site it says, as part of your hero customization you can get to create your own cosmetic banner. It's displayed in the main hub, and I believe again we talked about this in the previous video. It's that town area where Butt Stallion's running through, and it says it shows up whenever you perform an emote. The banner sets give you an additional way to customize your personal banner and they don't affect gameplay. And for the hero statue, it says a statue of your hero can appear in the main hub, and the hero statue material cosmetics let you change its overall look. So it looks like this is just going to be some little mini cosmetic microtransactions like we kind of have in Borderlands 3 already, and we of course have had in Borderlands 2, so nothing really out of the ordinary there. I'll be interested to see if anyone really cares about banners or statues. I don't think they will, but I mean, we'll have to find out, right? And then moving on into the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands Chaotic Great Edition, it says that included is the full game optimized for next gen, like we just said in the Next Level Edition. So you basically get everything in the Next Level Edition, so you'll get the Dragon Lord bonus pack and also again the full game like we just said. It's literally just the Next Level Edition, but included in the Chaotic Great Edition is actually the Season Pass, which includes the Butt Stallion pack and more. So this finally, calm down YouTube comment section, brings me to the subject of this video, because below this, it says that included in the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands Season Pass is the Butt Stallion pack, which we'll get to in a second, and 4 content drops. with new fantastical boss fights and whimsical challenges to be released after launch. That wording there is very, very important because it's something that Gearbox haven't done before when wording their season passes, and for comparison, I'm going to read a few of them out for you now. For example, with the Borderlands 3 season pass, it says that their pass includes 4 campaign DLC featuring new stories, missions, and challenges. For the Borderlands 2 season pass, it says that it's packed full of adventure featuring new campaigns, locations, and more, but of course the focus here is on new campaigns. The only game which did not include a full campaign, I guess you could say, advertisement in their season pass description was Borderlands the pre-sequel, which says that it will feature new characters, challenges, missions, and more, but no mention of a campaign. So the wording there is very important to pay attention to, because at first when I say that Wonderlands might not have story DLCs, you're probably thinking, well, it's just maybe a miswording of the text on the FAQ, which by all means it could be, don't get me wrong. But when you compare it to previous iterations of this series and this franchise, it makes you wonder why they've worded it in such ways. Gearbox are very deliberate, we know that. They've got their plan, they've got a vision of what they want, and they will stick to it. Borderlands 3 is a clear example of this with the way they went with it in terms of content. So seeing something like this on the Wonderlands website does not make me think that this has been misworded. It makes me think that perhaps this is deliberate, and instead of 4 story DLCs, this is what we're going to be getting instead, which is more endgame, which, by the way, Gearbox, if you're watching this, is a great thing. We already know by now that Wonderlands is going to have multiple classes, and it will not be a character heavy game in terms of our players. It will just be make your own character and then pick a class, which opens the door for even more classes to be made, a lot easier than making like a new Vault Hunter, for example. And because of this, it would make sense that Gearbox wouldn't want to keep adding story DLC, because players naturally will not want to replay it if someday there is perhaps 8 different classes in Wonderlands. I know all of this might sound crazy to you as a player, but remember, this is coming from the same company who said they wouldn't add another DLC Vault Hunter because people just didn't play them enough. It's definitely an interesting concept, and one that I think we'll get more clarification on closer to launch, but at first glance here, it definitely looks like it could be plausible, and honestly, I don't think I'd argue that much. I'd take more endgame over more story any day. Another thing that could possibly hint to this being true is that in the trailer for Wonderlands, the first ever trailer we saw, they heavily advertised the cast of Wonderlands in the main story, and this makes me think that they're going to go with a big narrative driven story for this game and have it as kind of just one big grand thing instead of a story which continues on in DLC, like the Hammerlock DLC in Borderlands 3, for example. But again, I must stress that this is all speculation and could not be the case at all. It is very possible that I'm completely wrong and Gearbox do release story DLC after all, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you want to see more story DLC? Or do you want to see more endgame focused DLC in your season pass? But finally, we're going to wrap up by talking about what's in the Butt Stallion pack, and on the website it says pay tribute to your diamond mained queen with the Butt Stallion pack. It's included in the Chaotic Great Edition and the season pass, and it includes the Diamond Guard armor preset, you get 3 of those items, the Crystal Glitter makeup pack, you get 5 of those items, the Adamant Throne banner set, you get 2 of those items, and the Diamond Hero statue. Again, if you guys want to read up on all of this and come to your own conclusions, a link to this page will be in the description down below for you to go and take a look at, so definitely go and check that out. But again, with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.